Hi, this is Emily Mulder with Lafitte Advisors, and we are doing Professional Insights with YPY. I'm here with Kim Sweers, the boat boss. You could tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Wow, well, a little bit about me. I've been dubbed the boat boss. It's something that I created during the pandemic, this show, this brand, and but what I do full-time is I'm a dealer principal and owner of FB Marine Group. We are a 28-year strong dealership here in South Florida.
Amazing.
And we have a ton of good people that work for us and an amazing group of clients that we service day in and day out.
So if you could describe what you do to somebody who's not in the yachting industry, how would you describe it?
I deliver dreams. You know, every day we have, no day is ever alike. That's given in our industry. And so every client that comes in wants a different type of boat, or they need a service, or they have an old boat that they want to renovate, and we do that too. You know, it's a really great profession because it's the best day of their life is when they're getting a boat, and then we maintain it for them and keep them happy on the water and safe on the water.
Absolutely. They say it's a lifestyle, you're not just making a purchase.
Absolutely.
If you could describe how we could see through the client's eyes the yachting experience, what would you say?
Great question. About, 10 years ago, I read an article written by KPMG called Customer 2020, and that was in 2010, and that really showed me that we're heading into an experience-driven market, and that's when I pivoted our business and turned our organizational chart upside down, if you will, and we really put a lot of training into our frontline people and made them the face of the business, more that they were delivering the experience, and everyone is responsible for business development and the experience at our dealership. So we went from customer service to customer experience to business experience. It's everyone's responsibility to deliver a great experience at our dealership.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Thank you. Do you have an example of a specific client who you built this experience with? Absolutely.
Most recently, in fact, Melissa Evans is a lady boss in the Bahamas. She owns a medical facility, and she's one of the largest COVID testers in the world. And she is a first-time boater, and recently divorced and has a family, and said, you know, I want to get into boating. So she came to our dealership, bought a boat from us, and it was a renovation project, an Intrepid that we had been renovating, and together we renovated it. So she came into the project halfway through and really guided us to what she wanted on the boat, and it was a team effort. So what a great experience for everyone involved.
That is a wonderful experience. Building off of that, what is one of the biggest surprises that you've had in the last few months, and why?
Well, you know, I'm a big history buff. I'm a big nonfiction person, and so with gas prices the way that they are right now, I mean, very rare do we actually experience something so monumental in our business right now, in our industry. Gas prices are the highest we've ever seen, even higher than 2008.
Yeah.
So to me, that's a huge surprise. And what does it mean for our industry? You know, we had a shortage in boats, new boats. And then with used boats obviously being so slim, it's an even field. Right now, if gas goes away, gas gets higher, it's going to really affect our industry. So we really have to be careful as an industry and you know, find the best solution out there for our clients, whether it's shorter you know, rendezvous or not really travel to Europe, but we have to keep, you know, costs down, and so we have to find other experiences for them locally to still enjoy a lifestyle on the water.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe there'll be a Tesla of the boats.
Exactly. Well, we shall see.
So we know that you're the boat boss. Is there anything else you're a boss of?
Well, two things about me no one really knows. I'm an identical twin.
Whoa.
So I was born first, so I'm the boss of our twin ship, and I'm also a techie. I'm a tech head. I'm a girl nerd, and I love software. And so recently I co-founded a company with a group of people to make podcasting a lot easier. It's called pickcherries.com, and it's Pick Cherries. It's on the Android and the iOS store, and it's a great way for listeners who like podcasts and podcasters to take little snippets of their podcast and blast it out to all the social platforms and email for training, motivation, whatever it might be. Amazing. So I'm really proud about that.
That's awesome. And also you can use Pick Cherries to get a little snippet of this.
Absolutely.
If you could go back in time and say something to your 18-year-old self, what would it be?
Wow, great question. Have a voice. you know, if you want to sit at the table, especially as a woman in our industry, in a male-dominated industry or any industry, you have to have a voice. So get a voice, get at that table, and make sure that everyone knows who you are and what you're talking about. And then post, let's say, you know, take it a few years later for graduation, what I would say to carry on is to get up early. I get up every morning at 3:45, 4 o'clock-ish. I mean, I actually go to bed a little early, but I'm 3 hours ahead of most people in the work, you know, force right now and in the industry. So people say, what's your secret to your success? It's getting up and getting, you know, that game on before everyone else is up.
You heard it here first. Get after it. If you could write a book about your life, what would the title be and who would write the foreword?
I would have to say, you know, a lot of people ask me how I created my brand, Boat Boss, and did it organically without hiring a company to do it. I would say that would be the name of my book, Boat Boss. And the forward would be my twin sister. She has known everything that has happened in my life. We used to, you know, my identical twins, so we used to switch clothes, you know, on dates, and we would like take each other's classes at school. So we have a lot of fun stories. So she would definitely write my forward.
That's awesome. Thank you. What is the most important thing that you've learned in your life, and what was your life like before you learned this and then after?
Great question, Emily. Well, I was diagnosed with cancer in 2014, and before that, you know, everyone is invincible. You know, you think that you're never going to you know, leave this great planet, and when you get cancer, you realize how precious life is, and you never take anything for granted again. So that's the pre and then during and then post. I've learned to leave a legacy. They say the two best days of your life are the day you were born and the day you know why. And so for me, getting cancer was my why. It was, I have a great platform, I have a great strong voice, and so I used that, and now I sit on the board of a cancer hospital in Tampa, Moffitt Cancer Center, and we have found the cure for recurring breast cancer and many other cancers. So it's my legacy. I want people to know that Kim Sweers is all about, you know, paying it forward, and I'm just happy to be alive, and so that's my answer to my question.
And we're happy to have you here and happy to have you contributing to everybody else. Thank you. So you've contributed to the cancer cure. What is a tip for making the world a better place?
Well, as Steve Jobs once said, leave your spot in the world. And once I had cancer and I survived, and it was a long battle, 5-year battle, many complications, but you just have to realize that we're all put here for a reason, and you just have to find your why and really just go after it and make a difference in the world.
Awesome, thank you. Here's a fun one. If you had $100 million to spend on the yachting lifestyle specifically, how would you spend it?
Wow, powerful question. Well, after cancer, you know, that's a big thing. I gravitated towards the water during my diagnosis and then my treatments and afterwards, but to me, just living on the water is one of the greatest things you can ever do. So I'd probably call Tiger Woods up and buy his marina in Bimini called Albany. If you've never been there or heard about it, what an amazing place. So 100 million might not buy it, but I probably would buy a house there and a really nice boat, and I would probably live there.
That'd be awesome.
So Tiger, I'm calling you.
So for professionals, especially women, what's a lesson that we don't usually hear?
Great question. All these good questions. Well, again, have a voice. You know, that's a big part of my success in the industry. I've been in it so many years that at first I was shy to talk. You know, in meetings I had, you know, problems, you know, communicating what I was thinking or feeling. So educate yourself. You know, you can have that voice, but make sure what you're saying is correct. So you have to be a sponge. You know, there's so many great podcasts, there's so many great, you know, YouTube videos about boat tours and things like that, and destinations and manufacturers. Get to know what you do for a living and be a subject matter expert, and your voice at that table will be heard, and you'll be a leader in the industry in no time.
Yeah, so knowing what you're saying at that table matters.
Absolutely.
Being an owner, what is something that keeps you up at night?
Oh, wow, lots of stuff keeps me up at night. But I have to say, with supply chain issues right now, we've seen renovation jobs or repair jobs taking a lot more months than we had before, a lot more weeks, and so that's an issue. Delivering on boats, but most importantly, it's the workforce challenges. You know, not having as many people that come through our doors at FB Marine Group. We noticed a pattern quite a bit ago, and so I created a program with a few of our industry leaders that's an apprenticeship program where we're actually teaching kids in high school to become Mercury Marine technicians.
Wow.
So there's going to be a lot of kids coming out of high school eager to enter our industry, and hopefully we'll have that solution to workforce challenges very, very soon.
Fantastic. What is something that inspires you, Kim?
Well, good question, Emily. Boat Boss was something that I created during the pandemic, and it really took off and gave people hope during the time where there's so much fear. People were dying, businesses were closing, people losing their jobs, and I just put content out there that really gave people hope for a better day. And through the boating lifestyle, I was like, check out this boat, or check out this destination, or how to get into the industry. It just really gave people hope for a better tomorrow. And I have to say, people reached out to me and said, your motivational quotes or your posts really saved me during a really dark time. And I have to say, I was really touched by that, and many times a day they were telling me that. So I have to say that was it.
Being the light in other people's lives.
Yeah, it's just basically being, shining my light.
That's awesome. So we are here on this beautiful Intrepid, and what is the relationship between Intrepid and FB Marine?
Yeah, it's a great one. We have a lot of history with Intrepid. We've serviced their boats for many years, decades, and we've sold a lot of the pre-owned boats and some new ones. But we came to Intrepid and said, we have this great history. Why don't we consider maybe selling some of your new boats, assisting you with that effort? And it was such a great idea to create a partner network, not a dealer network, because they're 100% manufacturer direct. So we're able to help them retain their clients, service them, offer new boats and pre-owned as well, and really offer them an amazing customer experience. And so together, FB Marine Group, Sandy Hook, there's a few other partners. We're really honored to be a partner with Intrepid.
So just really working together as a team and thinking outside of the box.
That's it. We definitely thought outside the box and created something that helps build that brand and have that trajectory that will ensure great customer service, from start to finish.
Awesome, thank you. Kim, is there anything new coming out of Intrepid?
Lots of stuff coming out of Intrepid. Intrepid actually was the creator of the dive door, the side door that's so popular on most boats right now. So they're very forward in their thinking. But the boat we're on right now is the 427 Nomad SE and FE. There's two models that we have right now. This is the FE. And so basically, Intrepid Nation is all of their clients, what we call Intrepid Nation. And they all came up with all these great ideas of what they would want to see on a boat. And that's what you see here. This is the product that came out from all of the clients coming to Ken Clinton and all of his team at Intrepid and said, this is what we want. And this is a product of great customer experience and great clients.
Awesome, she's beautiful. Kim, thank you so much. This has been one of the best professional insights that we've had for YPY, and it's a pleasure having you for Women's Month of March.
Thank you for having me. I have a saying on my show, whether you live, work, or play on the water, just get on the water, because there's nothing better than a lifestyle on the water. So thanks again for having me. It's been the most enjoyable interview I've had yet.
Thank you.